deeply hated corporate America. I think most entrepreneurs hate people telling them what to do. And I was the worst kind of employee. I was the why employee. Why do we have to do it that way? What is the purpose of that? Why can't we do it this way? And I quickly realized corporate America was not for me. So I took my love of spending money and I turned it into a business. And I'm a wardrobe stylist. I have clients in 12 states. I get to travel. People pay me to travel. People pay me to spend money. People give me money to spend. So it works out well. I like it. It seems like a good career to me.
I used to own a brewery, but now I'm studying to be a wardrobe stylist.
It's awesome.
I graduated from JC in 2004. JC is the best educational institution I've ever attended. I went to a four-year school afterwards that was not nearly as good of an educational experience as this is. Y'all are rad for being here. When I graduated with a degree in speech communication, I went into being a communications consultant, and I still have no idea what that job actually does. It was very soulless, very crushing, and so in 2008, I quit my job with no backup plan. And if you remember, 2008 was like an exponentially bad time to quit your job with no backup plan.
That's when I did it.
Great minds think alike. The only thing that I was doing while I was looking for work was home brewing, and so at a certain point I stopped looking for consulting work and started looking for brewery work. For me, that was something a move of necessity. I needed a job and I was enjoying brewing, so I went to breweries and asked for a job, and eventually got one at Thirsty Berry in San Francisco and 21st Amendment. The bigger kind of intellectual impetus to start a brewery and actually start a business for me was that in 2008, while I still had a job, I maxed out donations to the Obama campaign in the primary and in general, and volunteered not only for the Obama campaign but for a bunch of other Democratic candidates. And everybody I worked for got elected, which was super tight, and then none of the things that were important to me happened very quickly. Which is, I'm not claiming that at 25 years old I was super enlightened and understood how politics works, but it was frustrating for me. And so starting a business always seemed to me the most direct means I had available to me to impact my community and to make the community around me better. And so that's a big part of the HenHouse story, is we're really focused on being a brewery that creates meaningful employment, that makes beer better for people, and that creates wealth for our community. And that is what sparked my passion.
I would say mine is very similar as well. So it's always been, how can we help our communities? So I actually started my first business when I was in college. I started an ethical apparel line, and then that turned into now a hempcrete line that I've been working in. Hey, Nico.
Hello.
And I'm still a little bit in the cannabis industry too. I just resigned from a position in Sebastopol, but I'm going to be building a new business. And why I chose both the hemp cannabis space and also a little bit in tech too, is that there's not a lot of leaders who look like me. There's not a lot of immigrants, Latina entrepreneurs in the cannabis space. So for me, it was really important to make sure that we have leaders who look like myself, but then to also make sure that these communities benefit from these industries. If we're talking, what is it going to be by the end of this year? $3.9 billion in California, estimated to be $7 billion. Hey, let's diversify the leaders there and get money and resources to our communities. And of course, it's a really great industry to be part of, industries, I guess you could say, because it's building itself. There's no standard there. Every day we're building new companies, as Nico is, and even other industries as well. So we're redefining what it means to do business. It's not just your bottom line. Of course, your bottom line is really important, but it's how you're taking care of your employees. Do you enjoy what you're doing? How are you supporting the environment? All of these great things. So it's been a great opportunity to really create some cool things and create some change.
And this is that Nico guy I was telling you all about. Welcome.
How's it going?
So-
Sorry for being a little late. Dude called. So I had to stay a little late. Had someone call out. So.
No worries, no worries. So the question everyone is responding to, and you're here right on time, is what ignited your passion for your work, and how did you figure out you could make that into a profession?
Totally. Well, first, thank you for having me here. You know, for me, it's been quite a journey. You know, when I first got into the cannabis industry, I was a student athlete at Sonoma State. Really had, the only thing I had in mind was to be a professional soccer player. That's all I ever wanted to do. I played soccer my entire life, traveled all around the world, and I got to a place of where I found a job at a cannabis dispensary, Mercy Wellness Center at Cotati. And for the first time in my life, I realized that, you know, helping people and giving people just information about something that they didn't know could give them so much fulfillment in their life. You know, whether that was getting a good night's rest or just like relaxing from the day. Maybe they had, you know, they broke up with their girlfriend or boyfriend, or, you know, they're going through a rough patch. You know, they lost their home in the fires. Just being there for somebody and being able to teach them something and give them relief, whether that was mental or physical, was the biggest reward in my life at that time, being a 21-year-old kid. Just really all I was focused on myself. And for the first time in my life, I realized that, you know, it's not about just me, it's about other people. And so as I obviously grew, I worked at Mercy Wellness Center for about 4 years. I just realized that there was a lot of gaps in the industry in terms of education. I was spending 10 hours a day educating customers about how to navigate the marketplace and how to navigate the dispensary and, you know, what products to find, because there is there's not a whole lot of information out there and people are still trying to figure that out. So in my eyes, I was like, man, I would just love to teach people about cannabis. And it's like, but how do we do that? How do we teach our communities in a mindful way, in a transparent way, so they don't have to depend on me? And the solutions that are out there, there's not that many. And so I just saw an opportunity to, you know, one, help my community and other communities, whether around the state or around the world, about what cannabis is in their community and how they can benefit from that. And you know, for me, it was a no-brainer, because I know that every day when I woke up, I was, you know, trying to help somebody else. And at the end of the day, that's the secret, is to how can we help other people, and whether it's with cannabis or, you know, helping people with styling to make them feel better about themselves. You know, that's the secret in this world. So if you can, you know, find a solution, and it drives you every day and it helps other people, I think that's like, there's nothing more than you can ask for, and I think that's kind of how I found my way.
Awesome, thank you all. So now let's open it up, let's have a conversation. Anyone have a question for any one of them, all of these folks? Please.
Funding.
That's an excellent question. So we're people don't generally think of breweries as manufacturers, but it's exactly what we are. We're a manufacturing industry, and it's incredibly capital intensive. We've done 3 rounds of equity funding, and then I've got 3 really gnarly SBA loans, which is not true. They're like super not gnarly. They're just big numbers that I personally guarantee. The thing about funding is it's, I use this all the time. I would say like $5,000 and $5 million is the same number, just the amount of money I don't have. So it's more important in looking for funding to start a business, in my experience, to have a number that actually works with a plan than to think about how realistic the number is, right? Like, regardless of whether the number is 5,000 or 5 million, you need to go find somebody else who has that amount of money and convince them that they should give it to you, whether that person's an equity investor or a bank that's going to loan it to you. What matters more is that the plan makes sense and that the number fits it. Because, I'm not speaking theoretically here, I'm speaking from personal experience. The worst thing that can happen is you ask people for all the money and then you can't finish the plan. That's where things look bad. So, I mean, as far as funding goes, we did a friends and family, or realistically, we did a friends and family round, and then we brought in some professional investors on round 2 and 3, but most of that money also just came from the same group of local folks. It's about finding people who believe in you and having a good plan you can pitch that on.
So the first round, how far down the road were you putting on the table? How much time in terms of your plan?
So we had a 5-year plan at that point. The weird thing about plans, I had an investor tell this to me that a plan is a 100% accurate vision of what will happen. The weird thing about plans is like going back and looking at them, after doing it for 5 years, it's like you have no idea how wrong you are about the things you're wrong about, and you also have no idea how right you are about the things you're right about. This is a weird example of my personal experience, but like we lease kegs from a leasing company, and I nailed keg expense 5 years out. I was like, that's a nice thing. Stuck that way. Maybe it's not a huge percentage of cost, but like, I got it. I think as far as like the funding goes, again, like having an end goal in mind with a plan and having a number that would actually get you to that end goal is the most important thing. Because one way or the other, you're going to need to go convince people to give you money. And so the important part is not what's the number. The important part is, can I actually convince them to do that? Hopefully that's helpful advice.
Thank you.
For me, I'm self-funded. So all my money comes from, me crying, begging, and, returning stuff that I don't need. But I'm completely self-funded. I started this business in 2000 and it started as an idea in 2008. It became a reality while I was still working in corporate America in 2009. We're 10 years old this month. And I have not had business loans. I've had some maxed out credit cards. I don't recommend that. But I've not had business loans. I basically took every penny until 2016. Every penny that came into the business went out of the business. In 2016, my company crossed over into 6 figures, and that was when I actually took probably my first real paycheck. I went to Neiman Marcus. But that was when we could consider my company actually funded fully, and it was everything was paying for itself, including myself and staff at that point. But I'm completely self-funded. I am still a sole proprietor. I don't, it's just me. So, to be just one person and an assistant at that time, and see yourself, taking in almost $250,000 for my ability to buy clothes is pretty awesome. But there's no funding for me. Sometimes I call my mom and remind her I'm her kid that I need money.
Thank you.
For me, we did a friends and family round, and then, I'm still looking for that next round of funding. For me, it's been more about just finding the right person, and kind of, what he spoke to, it's finding the right person that believes in you. I think in the cannabis space, there's also so many people, investors that are just hungry to get into the business, but for me, in my opinion, I want someone that I could also look to as a mentor, but also really believes in what we're doing and sees the vision that we see. I feel like that's the most important part to me right now in this kind of journey, is I'm still learning and figuring this out. For my company, CannAlign, we've been in business for about 3 years. and the delivery service that I am a founder in as well. We just got started about 6-7 months ago, and we did some initial round of funding with our investors that we had, but for CannAlign specifically, I'm still looking, but again, it's kind of just waiting to find that right match for us. And it's definitely been a long process, and I'm learning so much as this is all new to me still. Just like what you said, I could be totally right on some things, and I could be totally wrong on some things. It's really, I'm just adjusting and going at this point day by day, and seeing what works and what doesn't.
So I'm not raising money right now, but man, I've been doing it, I'd say, for almost 2 years as a CEO of a cultivation company in one iteration or another. It is a task, and I'm so glad to not be doing it. I might get back into it if we launch another cannabis company. It's a very great experience because it's like you're presenting. It's like your finals every single meeting. You have to be all in, and you have to be really sharp. You have to know your finances. You have to know exactly where every single penny, every dollar you're trying to raise is going to be allocated. So it's been an interesting experience. In my last position, I did secure a first investor, so that was amazing. It was somebody that we knew really well from the tech space, so it worked out really good. And we were actually going to be raising probably like a couple $100,000 more from other investors. But going to what Nico said too, and also what Colin said, if you're an entrepreneur and you have to raise capital, realize it's a two-way street. When I first went into it, it felt very like you're getting taken advantage of. We would have investors that would say, hey, come meet me in Southern California, fly out here, come to this party with me. And I'm like, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't have tens of thousands of dollars to just go travel and hang out with you at some party. If anything, you should come check out our facility up here. This is a two-way street. And it was so great once that clicked, because even recently we had other investors who were like, oh, come to this state, come over here, and you're like, hey, our facility's over here. If you're serious about this, you're going to respect us as entrepreneurs, and you're going to realize that we're going to make you more money. Yes, of course, we're asking for money, but at the same time, as entrepreneurs, our job is to turn X into, 5X, hopefully, or 10X or something like that. But I think now, as I'm focusing, at least right now, on my smaller businesses, it's going to be really great to bootstrap everything. I look forward to being self-funded, because when you do bring in investors, you're bringing in new bosses. So that's a great thing. You get to pick your bosses, where usually you don't get to have that opportunity, but you lose a lot of control. So, yeah. So, if you do have to do that, just make sure that your values are aligned too. In the cannabis space, man, I've come across some funky investors, so it's been really interesting, but it did not actually work out, so that was great. There were just some red flags. We were like, oh, should we take the $1 million check? We were like, oh, but we're not aligned on things that are such a big part of who I am. So thank goodness that everything worked out the way that it is, and if I do ever raise capital again, it's so great to know that it kind of feels like you are asking for, and you are definitely asking for money, but it's a mutually beneficial relationship, so it feels a lot better to know that.
Thanks. Not to just offer everybody a bunch of advice they didn't ask for. I think I just kind of listening to all your talk, again, it's just that end goal. What's the end goal? Particularly when you talk about self-funded versus bringing in a bunch of investors, that dramatically changes the end goal. Right? Investors are just a way to make the finish line that much further away. They give you money and they expect it back, 5 times over, 10 times over, whatever it is. And so you have to get that far. Maybe that's where you want to go, and that end goal's okay, but maybe if you had an end goal that was a smaller number, you'd actually just be taking home more money at the end of the day. I think it's about, you have to think of yourself not only as an entrepreneur, but as an investor. You're going to own a chunk of the business, whether that's 100%, whether that's 10%, you're going to own a chunk, and part of your job as an entrepreneur is to put money in your own pocket as an investor.
Well, and as an entrepreneur, you want to own closer to 100% than 10%. Because the closer you get to 10%, the more people get to tell you how you what you built is how they want it. And I, because my business is based on what's in here, it's based on my knowledge and what I create, it's really hard for me to scale in the way investors want me to scale. Because if me scaling means, you know, a bunch of employees and writing a book and being on television and all these things that I'm not interested in, our values are not aligned in that way. So it's easier for me to say, you know, buy my services and go home. Like, I don't want people to make decisions about how I run something that I created. So.
Thank you.
I have a two-part question. First of all, what are your thoughts on partners? And then the second one is about liabilities and getting stuff set up, you know, with a lawyer and whatnot for any kind of, I guess it all depends on your business that you're going into, where there might be more, you know, liabilities than others. But.
I'll answer that just because I just had a change in my company. In 2016, as I said, I crossed over to the six-figure mark. And at the time, I had a CPA who was like, you're gonna pay too many taxes, you need to be a corporation. And I was like, I don't know anything about that. She was like, I got a guy. So I became a corporation in 2016. And what we realized was that I not only had one corporation, I had two corporations. And I didn't realize that I had two corporations because I put my trust into somebody who was an expert. What it did for me was I paid almost $15,000 in taxes that year because my corporation wasn't set up in a way that my accounting wasn't set up in a way that funded the tax portion of my business, and I paid the CPA $10,000. So there was nothing good about me becoming a corporation, and what we quickly realized in 2017, after just a year of being a corporation, is that number one, I should have never been a corporation. I put my expertise, I let somebody who was an expert in their field tell me what I needed to do, and then I made the mistake of not qualifying what that was gonna look like for me. And so since 2018, we've gone back to being a sole proprietor. I don't pay $10,000 to the CPA anymore. But for my business setup, because of how my business runs and how I run my business, it makes more sense for me to be a sole proprietor. And I fully own 100% of my business. When I became a corporation, there were all these things I had to do and all these things I had to put in that were making it very hard for me to do the work I wanted to do. So what I will say to that, because you guys all have investors and you have bigger teams and things like that, I'm still one person who runs the company. My company just made a lot of money, and I trusted somebody who had been a part of my business for years. And you have to do your own research. You have to do your own due diligence, because I'm not an expert at accounting. I'm not a lawyer. I hire people for that. But if those people don't have my best interests or the best interests of my business, or I just don't understand, I should have asked for second and third opinions before I did something that ended up costing me a crap ton of money. Do you know how many shoes I could buy with $25,000? I could have had the Chanel closet of my life with that money. And it's an expensive lesson to learn, but what I learned most was my business growth is my business. I get to decide how big or how small my company is. And that when I'm chasing dollars, I'm not doing the work I'm passionate about. Because it's not all about the money. So for me, it became really apparent that a corporate situation was never gonna work for me. There were too many things that had to happen, and being a sole proprietor just works a lot better for me.
And what about you folks with much more regulated environments that you're operating within?
Yeah, so in terms of like my delivery service, you know, I have 3 partners. One, it was obviously definitely, in the beginning, it sounds great. And it is going great because all of my partners are knowledgeable in things that I'm not knowledgeable in. So it allows me to give trust into them on certain things that I don't know. And there's so many moving parts in the cannabis space when it comes to compliance, when it comes to cultivation, when it comes to, finances. For me, in my experience, I worked with, working with product, working with customers, knowing how retail works. And so that's where really my experience came into the business. And for me, it's been actually a great experience. But you also have to know that you're not gonna get, the full pie, and you have to know that
You only get a third of the vote when you have partners.
exactly. You have to be able to work with people. You have to be. It's a different environment than just running your own show. But I also recommend making sure that you know who you're going into business with. Like, to be honest, going in with your friends is very difficult, and I don't recommend it, in my personal experience. And make sure that you know that, you have to know that they're putting, just like what she said, the same intention into the business that you are. Because if you don't align, there's going to be issues. Starting a business with partners, again, it's another learning curve. But in the end goal, we have a vision and we have the resources together that can build something much bigger, and we can help a lot more people. So then that's kind of where our mind kind of came together to start the business. Usually it's not something that I would do, but in this particular situation, I thought it was a good idea, and I still do. But I do think that you need to be wary of going into partnerships, making sure you're doing your research and you know who you're getting into business with. I think that's super important. And just make sure that, and also, don't doubt yourself. Like if you think that you can do it yourself and you're just a little hesitant and you're only doing it because you feel like you're not confident, either one, you don't go into that business, or, take the risk, try and do it yourself. And if you can't, reevaluate things. But I definitely think that's, very important to just really make sure before you sign that paperwork, that LLC documentation or whatever type of corporation you're getting into, just, do your research and make sure you know who you're going to business with.
I am right in the thick of this one, so just resigned about a week ago from a partnership, I guess you could call it. And I will just second and third everything that you guys said. Know your partners. Make sure that you have transparency in what your intentions are. And just make sure that you have like the same life values, like diversity, just things like that, like you would think would be okay. Like make sure that you just really get to know these people. I partnered with my boyfriend before we started our own company, and I knew him completely. There was still a little bit of tipping, of course, because we like lived together, we're starting a business, and got a little funky. But then now to have these new partners, we were from 2 different worlds. We just completely different people. And at the end of the day, you have to say like, hey, can I put aside these parts of who I am to try to make this business work? Or are my values and my morals and my vision more important? In my case, the latter was more important. But the great thing is that I learned so many lessons. And one of them, just to get a little bit more technical, is make sure that you put your partners on a vesting schedule. So usually, you don't like just say like, okay, here you're gonna get 30%. Like that's, something, we did something like that, and I advocated against it. I said, no, we need to allocate this equity over time. So you would say, okay, for example, you're coming on as my partner, great, we're gonna give you 20%, but over 2 years, and you're gonna get a little chunk over time. Because then within those 2 years, guess what, you're gonna learn a lot about this partner. Maybe they might even be amazing, you're like, you would deserve more equity, you kicked butt, you did so well. But if you don't have kind of like that probation period, it just gets so much messier. So in terms of liabilities, the actions of your partners become a part of your corporation. So if they're doing other things, you have to figure out how to work with those items, you know, and if for me, somebody that's just very community driven, very value driven, I can't, there's just things that I will not stand for. So, you know, just making sure that you have the protections there. So first you have your vesting schedules, and always, if you're starting, you know, a company where you have to raise millions and stuff like that, actually any company, make sure you have your legal counsel, and it doesn't always have to be really expensive. You know, if you're going to be asking somebody like myself instead of many corporations, you just say like, hey, what do you think about this? Does this make sense? You know, how should we split up this equity? Things like that. And lawyer, and I won't give you legal advice, but at least that way, exactly what Malia was saying. Make sure you get that second or third opinion, because in case things go sour, you want to make sure that you have the right legal groundwork. It's a hefty lesson to learn, but hey, at least we learned it now, so that's good.
Second, third, and fourth. One of my business partners is like one of the best relationships I've ever had in my life. He said this to me, like how I feel is like is the only relationship I have in my life outside of my relationship with my wife that I feel comfortable failing in. That it's like that degree of like we work well together, we trust each other, we support each other. I have another business partner with whom my relationship is not that. When we were starting the brewery, I got this advice all the time and it infuriated me, so I was like, I don't have any money, why would I spend money on lawyers? But like, seriously, take my hard-earned word for it, spend the money on lawyers ahead of time. Get an employment contract, get a partnership agreement. Anybody you might partner with who is like, oh, we don't need a partnership agreement, we will always get along. Never partner with that person. That person is a lead and they will blow up. I know it seems crazy if you're trying to start a business, particularly a small business, to spend like a couple $1,000s on lawyers, but trust me, as a litmus test, it's already worth money. But then the bigger one is, if a partnership agreement does not work out, you don't know which side you're going to be on. If you're in a partnership agreement and it goes badly, you might be the person who's leaving the business. And so you want to know and have in writing what that looks like before it happens. We say this at work all the time, it is easier to do hard things when you're not making hard decisions. What you want to do is you want to take all those hard decisions about what is a bad partnership agreement, how do we resolve it, and you want to make all those decisions while you're not splitting up a partnership. You know, make the hard decision first, do the hard thing later. Without going into any of the specifics of my incidents, trust me, it is so worth your time to slow down, talk out what a partnership agreement looks like, both in terms of equity, possible dissolution, and pay someone to make that legally compliant for you before you move forward with anything.
I have a question for you. Did
Let's
you
jump over here.
Say you have a specific product in mind for the fashion industry, but you know it's a very small segment of the market, and you want to do some market research to define what your target market is, but you don't have the funding to do that. What would you do in that case?
Okay, so it's a product, like a item of clothing or
Yeah.
something like that. So people send me products all the time, and they're like, would you mind taking a photo of this and sending it out into the world? The jacket I'm wearing, they sent me. Because they knew I was doing this tonight. They're like, will you wear this jacket and take a picture and put it on? You know, I will sell 5 of these jackets before tomorrow is done. Find yourself an influencer, and it doesn't need to be a 10,000 plus follow. You don't need the Kim Kardashian of influencers. In fact, stay away from the Kim Kardashian of influencers. Fire Festival, just what you need to find is you need to find somebody who fits your brand, who fits your location, and who has enough reach to get the product pushed. So for me, it's like the jacket. So they sent me the jacket. I took a selfie in the jacket out in the hallway. I'm going to dinner tonight. We'll take a picture of the jacket. I'll tag the company. And then, you know, before the end of, you know, the weekend, there'll be 5 people who are like, oh my God, I bought that jacket. I am a micro influencer, but I make cash registers ring. So that's what you want. You want somebody who's going to sell your product, and you don't necessarily have to pay them a lot of money to do that. I don't usually I do get paid for some of the influencer work that I do. Sometimes I just like clothes. So they send me free things. And that works for me. But like when I do influencing for a cannabis product, they can't send me free cannabis for that. I get to sample a lot of cannabis for that. But they asked me to do basically trade for them. So I dress them for their branding work, and then I trade them for my influence. So find yourself an influencer that fits your demographic, the demographic that you're looking for your brand, and then it's a low cost investment, because it could cost you only the product. And think about it in the wholesale price, not the retail price of the product. So it could only cost you the cost of the product, but it could, you know, it might also cost you, you know, $200 or $300. But that $200 or $300 investment, you get to write the contract for what you're getting from the influencer. So if Fire Festival, if they're supposed to show up in the Caribbean to do the thing, you want to make sure that's in writing. And you want to receipt every penny that you sent, including the pennies that cost of the product if you send the product. And then use that. That's the easiest way, in my opinion, to get the buzz out. And I've seen t-shirt lines that started very grassroots go into major markets. And they started with little tiny, you know, they were making them in their garage, and now they're selling them at, you know, retail stores.
So Malia, complete the shout out. Who made it?
What? Oh my gosh. It's by a San Francisco-based plus size company called Part and Parcel. And they are a female-owned plus size company where they do something really, they have a plus product. So as a plus size woman, if you have large arms, you can get your jacket in the same size regularly, but they give you extra fabric in just the arm, or in the chest, or in the hip, or in the calf for a boot. And they're a complete startup out of San Francisco. I think they just did their Series A. Actually, they started, I think they did crowdfunding first. So I think they started as a GoFundMe kind of thing.
I'd be curious, do any of you play in the influencer marketing space? Your band? Not yet.
Not yet.
I'll happily drink beer. Take photos.
So, all you guys seem like you guys have been doing this for just enough time to be able to know that there's a lot of growing pains while going through each phase in your company. How do you guys manage the growing pains, and how do you guys take those lessons into the future?
We drink beer, smoke cannabis.
Next question.
Any entrepreneur who tells you they don't drink, they don't work. There are days where you're just like, you know what? I mean, you know, I am the business. It's noon. I'm done.
I'll talk about this one since I'm, you know, very freshly going through this thing. You just pick yourself back up, man. Like it's hard, and I love entrepreneurs because we get chewed out. You know, like let's say you go on pitch and you just get like totally chewed out. Like I remember it was like somebody was like questioning our relationship. You know, like are we actually gonna be together and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we've been together for 7 years. Like we love. Like it just gets a little crazy. But I think, you know, it goes back to what is your passion? Why are you doing this? And I really like what Nico said when you put it outside of yourself, because it's going to get tough, you know, no matter what kind of product you do. Like, the plans aren't always going to be the plans 100%. So just have that vision and that passion in mind, because it is going to get tough. But knowing that you're doing it for a bigger cause will pull you through when things get a little funky. So
Yeah, I mean, I think for me personally, I've probably gone through the hardest time of my life the last, 3-4 years of starting this company than I've ever gone through in my entire life. I lost my mom to cancer about 2.5 years ago. And then, it was right when I was starting my company, and I was like so excited. We're going through the development phase. We're about to, go into beta testing, and my mom got sick. But working and, starting a company that I believe in, and that's my passion, and something that I have a true mission for, it allowed me to wake up every single day and know that like I'm working towards that, and that I have something to focus on, and that I'm blessed because I'm doing what I love every day. And again, back to what she said, that's what it's about. It's doing something that you love, not doing it for money. Like, you really gotta love it, because when it does get hard, there's gonna be days where you're like, what the fuck am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to know that in your gut, why you have to always go back to like why you first started. And there's a lot of days where I'm like, oh my god, what is happening? Because there's a lot of things that we go through on a day-to-day basis. Like, we have a billboard up in Petaluma. Well, after a few months of having it, I got a letter from the BCC saying that I have to take it down because it's 650 feet from the youth center. And these new regulations that just came out saying that we have to be 1,000 feet from any type of youth center or wherever we're doing advertising. So, something that we've been locked into and has been almost tripled our business, we have to take it down. And they're just one of those things that you kind of have to deal with. But at the end of the day, you have to breathe, and you gotta say to yourself, like, okay, well, yeah, yes, this sucks, but like, how am I gonna solve the problem? And what do I gotta do to get it done? I think if you take out a first, I think you can make anything happen. Yeah.
And I'll say one more thing. The best gut check in the world as an entrepreneur is when you're like, I can't do this. It's not gonna work. And I've been there. And my husband, he brought me a job application. And he goes, fill it out. And I'm filling it out, and it's like, what was your last job? I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to put on here? CEO? Like, I'm gonna put CEO on this job application for Starbucks. Like, that doesn't make sense. It was like, so tomorrow, are we going back to building our business? And I'm like, yes, of course, this is stupid. I keep that thing on my bulletin board, and every time I think, I can't do this today, I take it down, and I'm like, what would I write today? Because it's the worst gut check you ever, can imagine after 10 years of business, and being like, there's no job. Like, I can't fill out a job application. It's like, for the last 10 years, I've been working for myself, and now I need to work at Starbucks. Yeah, no. We're gonna just pull it together tomorrow, and we're gonna cry tonight, but tomorrow we're gonna get back to it.
I'm gonna say a quick note about that, because I feel like I'm a queen of the side hustle. So I've been a consultant, I worked in local government, I've done all kinds of things, so it's okay. And even recently, I was like cleaning windows at a winery, and I was like, what the heck just happened to my life? But it was okay, because I was like, okay, like things are gonna get up, like how much longer can I get? Like, here I am, not to like play into like, race, but I was like, oh, that's cleaning windows, wow, like, what a like, it's a little funky. But it was good. I liked it. I came home and I was like, man, I actually lost money because of gas and blah, blah, blah. Like, that was kind of crazy, but I'm ready to go back at it again. Like, if I do have to get another, whatever kind of job it is, like, it's going to be okay, and it's fine. And another thing that came up there, too, is reach out. Just like how you said, you talk to your husband, you have a community. You now know us. Like, it's going to be tough, and I'll definitely commend Daniel, because I told him, like, hey, this is what's going on. And I still remember what he wrote. He's like, sometimes when you say no, you're saying yes to yourself. So maybe it's, no to a partner, no to a vendor, no to whatever it is. You have people there that believe in you, and your family, your friends, and even it's gonna get better. It's okay sometimes to go clean windows, and you just know that, it's just part of the story. It makes it a little interesting.
And what you just said, find your people. Like, you need to find your people who you you can go in and close the door and be like, okay, so this is about to be like an ugly cry. I'm gonna yell, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna snot all over this place. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna, but I need somebody who can be like, okay, that happened. How do you feel now? And I'm like, okay, better. Let's do this. But if you don't have people who surround you in that way, who let you have those moments, because as entrepreneurs, sometimes, especially with what I do, I'm by myself a lot. And sometimes I have brilliant ideas and then I launch them and people are like, okay, we don't get it. And I'm like, I'm a failure. I failed. And then I go talk to girlfriends and friends who are business owners and they're like, okay, you feel better now? You had your one day pity party? And sometimes it's not even a day. Sometimes I only get like 3 hours pity party. And then I gotta get back out and start doing the work,
So Colin, how do you manage this? Because you have a whole staff. You're at the top.
So I would second a lot of that. And I think like kind of the gut check that I always use is what's the worst that could happen. And for me, that's a helpful one because we make beer. It's like a total luxury product. We just like everyone in the world could stop drinking beer tomorrow and they'd be more boring and less fun to hang out with, but like fine. So like I think about that a lot because you're just like, oh, I can't do this anymore, and like sucks so bad. And well, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Like, be a little bit deeper in debt than I already was. Oh, that's not so bad. I'm very lucky to be privileged with a family that I like, and one with a big house. So I'm just like, if everything went super bad and the bank came and took my house, I'd move in with my parents who are like, it's really not that bad. Really, that would suck. I'm not like claiming like I'm looking for that, but I would do that. So that would be kind of the gut check that I would do. What's the worst that could happen is you fail, and usually failure is not that bad. And like if some of you are considering like medical technology startups, then the worst gets worse. But like, if you look into make luxury products, like the worst that can happen is really not actually that bad. Just to kind of follow up on the find your people thing. I think it's super important to find people who will support you in, like when you do feel bad and you need to express that. But it's also super important to know who the people are that give you energy. Our graphic designer is just like the most insane font of creative energy I've ever met in my life. He's amazing. I'm super grateful that I get to work with him. And so like, it's important for me that like I have like a regular meeting with him where we develop creative ideas because it gets me inspired. And I'm like, oh man, like we have all these crazy labels coming out. I feel fine going looking at financial statements for 8 hours. You have to know what the things that give you energy are, and you need to build your workday around having not all of them, because a lot of your job as like a leader and an entrepreneur is to do the thing that no one else wants to do or no one else is good at. You need to be okay with that, but you need to make sure that there are the things you're actually passionate about, the things that give you energy as part of your workload.
So we're going to have time for about 2 more questions.
On the basis of your own experiences, what would be the best advice you would give to new entrepreneurs?
If you're gonna start a business, just do something that you love. I mean, that's really all I can say. It's like, I wouldn't be doing anything I was doing right now if I didn't love it. And I would die for it, honestly. Like, this is like what I love, and I'm gonna be doing this for the rest of my life. And I started working at a shop when I was 20 years old, and I thought all I ever wanted to do was play soccer, and now I don't. And I just want to, be around cannabis and really actually help people that are sick, so they can really benefit from it, and so they don't have to take prescription medications or anything like that, and have a healthy way of living, and have a good quality of life. I think for me, that's what drives me every day. But, if you're going to start a business, really find a solution that you're passionate about and that you love. And as long as I feel like, you know, those two components are what you're thinking about going into, I think you'll be successful. And obviously you gotta know that it's not gonna be easy and it's not gonna be a straight line, but again, if you love what you do every single day, you're not gonna be working. You know, you're gonna be doing work.
Anyone else want to add to that?
I would say this, that plans are living, breathing things. So your business plan is a living, breathing document. Everything that I put in my business plan on day one, which was 1 page long, is now a binder 10 years later. I didn't lose the goal from day one, it just changed. But I still keep day one there because day one is what made me start the business. But if I just only did what was on day one, my business would never grow, expand. I could never scale to the place I'm at now. I'd still be working for, you know, cocktails and whatever you feel like you should pay me. Which I did at the beginning. And my hourly rate when I started my company was $45 an hour or whatever you feel you can pay me. My hourly rate now is $225 an hour for new people. So if I had stuck to plan day one and not figured out how to grow and scale and keep evolving that plan, you know, I wouldn't own as much Chanel as I do now. I would, you know, it's a breathing thing. And the other thing is that you can't do it for the money. If the only reason you start a business is for the money, it will suck the life out of you. Money is a part of the equation, and you should talk about it, you should earn it, you should be paid what you're worth. But if you only do it, I've never ever said that I want to be rich or I want to be a millionaire. I've never capped that dollar amount because money comes with success, and all I've ever wanted to be since I was 8 years old is successful in business. So if you only work for the money, you're already behind the 8 ball. So think about another reason to do what you do.
The piece of advice I would give people is that you don't get places you want to be by going ways you don't want to go. That if you feel like you need to compromise on some principle to get where you want to go, you're wrong. You know, like I'll give you a very direct example for us. Like we're super focused on beer freshness, right? So we have the most aggressive shelf lives in the beer industry. Most beer industry is like 90 to 180 day shelf lives on beer, and our beer is 28 days. So we're like light years ahead of the rest of the industry. And as we're growing, we're looking at outside distribution, and most distributors are not set up to do that. And we realized that, like, yeah, maybe we could get a couple of dollars in the short term working with distributors who wouldn't maintain our freshness standards, but we just destroy our brand. Like our people, you know, the people who buy our beer know that we're the freshness dudes, right? And so like we don't have that option. And it's true regardless of what the principle is. You're not going to get to an outcome you want by means you don't want.
I feel like we said so many great things everybody has here. Just to add something else, because it's very, we said a lot of good stuff. Take care of yourselves too. I know a lot of entrepreneurs, and sometimes we kind of put ourselves at the back of the line. So, you know, make sure you're taking your vitamins and like exercising, drinking water, because you're gonna get wrapped up. You really are. You know, there's nights you're not gonna sleep, you're gonna take too much caffeine and like all that stuff. So yeah, just make sure that you're taking care of your vessel, and that's an investment in your business.
That's a final question over here.
Yes. So let's just say you have your people, right? You found your people, and you found your business plan. You know what direction you want to go with it. What do you do from there? How do you get your people going? And how do you when you have them there, you have an opportunity to tell everybody your idea. Do you just shoot off like a freaking torpedo, like on all different directions, and just keep telling people about it, or do you just kind of like slowly throughout every single day, just go to a couple people and introduce your pitch? What do you think is better between the two?
So if we're talking about fundraising, now fundraising or sales, I would say the same thing. Is there is no money until it's in your bank account.
Okay.
Promises are not money. Right? Money is money. If you're talking about like looking for investors, you got a good idea, you got a business plan together, and you're gonna pitch to as many people as you possibly can until the money is all in your bank account. Like even if you got, there's the woman that she's gonna invest all the money and like we got this, and we're just waiting for the paperwork to come through. Keep pitching, because until that check comes through, it's not real. Again, hard-earned advice here. There are tons of people who are going to tell you they'll invest, and they're not going to. Saying no is a really hard thing for a lot of people, so they say yes maybe, or not now, or let me get back to you, and all of those mean no. You need to, until the money is in the bank account, just keep fundraising. And sales, I would say, is largely the same thing. It's like, until people are actually buying the thing, assume that they're not. We use the phrase, force the customer to say no. Like, just keep asking them if they want to buy the thing until they actually say no. Like, no harm, no foul if they say no. But don't take, well, talk to me next week as an answer. Like, it's not real.
I think for us, just my personal experience, not when it comes to funding, but when it comes to like selling your product, goes back to him. I think you have to, it's like, it's a law that, you have to actually ask somebody 7 times before they actually say yes. So I've literally been told no, I get told no every single day. But I just keep asking, you keep finding more people, and you keep refining, the way you pitch. You just keep refining, every single day, but just like what you said, you have to keep going. You have to continue to pitch to investors or pitch to, new clients or potential clients. But the more you pitch, the better you'll get. And the clearer your ideas will come, and, the better your project will end up being. But, don't also let people telling you no detour you from whatever your end goal is and whatever, your mission is for your business. Just you have to be resilient, and sometimes, for the, first 2 years of my business, we didn't get many clients, but also the entire industry was changing. So, through our first 6 months of our beta test, I had over 100 clients. Well, once legalization hit in 2018, I lost all of them. And so I had to restart the business, I had to pivot, I had to make adjustments, I had to, change new functionalities, I had to do all these different things. But eventually, as we refined and we continued to pitch and sell, we got more clients and things started to happen. And now we're like snowballing. We have, starting back from 100, it doesn't seem like that much, but we're working with over 65 different cannabis brands in the cannabis space. So for us, that's massive. And we're just continuing to grow every day. And some people tell me, I'll get back to you, and sometimes I won't hear from them for another 2 months. But sometimes they'll come back and they'll be like, and I don't even have to reach out to them, they'll reach out to me. So just be resilient and just keep going.
Until you get an absolute, I don't have the money for that, keep pitching. Keep talking, keep telling your story, keep talking about your brand. The only thing as a salesperson I can't overcome is somebody else's bank account. I can overcome almost every objection other than I don't have the money for it. If you don't have the money for it, then, I'm gonna stop talking to you, but I am gonna call you back in 6 months to see if your money situation has gotten better. But I talk about my business, almost anywhere, there might be one person in this room who needs me tonight who can't afford me today, but will remember me, and 6 months down the road, they'll be like, hey, I wanna talk to you about your services. I can't remember all the people in this room, they're gonna have to tell me. I didn't do any advertising for my business when I started. The best referral source for me are my clients. People who love my product, go talk about my product. They go talk about me, and that's free. All you have to do is a good job. But if I'm not constantly talking about my brand, people will forget it, and nobody's gonna talk about your brand the way you talk about your brand. Period. I don't care how much you pay consultants, public relations, marketing, nobody has the passion for your brand that you do. So always be talking about your brand. And if you're not talking about it, make sure that you figure out a way to talk about it. And I'm a slow and steady, wins the race kind of person. But I'm also, I go with my gut. So if I'm pitching to somebody or talking to somebody and it doesn't feel right, I'm like, okay, those aren't my people. Let me pivot over here and find my people and talk to those people. If it doesn't align with your values, then it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So, but I'm always pitching me, my brand, and the products that I use.
I understood that question kind of like leadership style-esque is what I got from your question. So it just reminded me of being called intense. I don't know, because I get that sometimes. And you know, when you're saying about like telling your team what to do is like the way that I understood that. You really need buy-in, and it goes exactly to what everybody's saying here too. You need buy-in from, you know, your clients, your perspectives, things like that too. But when you're building a company, especially if it's a small business or a startup, it really is a team. So, you know, as somebody that was in the CEO position, and I still am, I can't just go around barking orders because they're going to be like, hey, whatever. I think I should actually be doing something else. So I'll just use my partner as an example. So he's COO, knows his craft very well. So I know what skills I have and I know what skills he has. And I remember we worked on this budget for like about a year, and he hated the budget because, you know, we had full-time jobs on our side days and things like that. And I would have to say like, hey, did you get that done? Did you get that done? And he was just tired. He's like, I don't want to work on this anymore. Like, I'm going to grow some weed and it's going to sell. And I'm like, okay, it's not that easy. There's a lot more that goes into it. But when we really had a breakthrough was, you know, explaining where I was coming from. So I'm like, okay, the reason I need this budget is to make sure that we raise enough money because we don't want to be like other people as our friends that we know that didn't raise enough money and now they're in this trouble and stuff like that. And, you know, really getting people's buy-in and getting them to see your point of view, because it's really important to have a diverse team that has different points of view. But at the same time, it's really important that you can communicate in a way where you understand where each one is coming from. So it's collaboration, I think, is really important. And I know that, you know, as somebody that was running the show, this leadership style is a little different, but it's because throughout my professional life, I worked the hardest for people that I really liked. You know, like I would just go above and beyond, and especially in a business, like it's gonna get tough. So if they know that you are doing this for everybody's well-being, it's gonna get a lot easier.
Excellent. We're going to wrap a little early so y'all have time to come up and speak one-on-one with some of the stories and people that might have sparked you, might have a specific interest around. But I just really wanted to highlight some of the meta themes that I was hearing. People over profit. It doesn't sound like any of these folks are out here just to make money. They're out here to impact people and themselves. And also the being driven by purpose and service. Not trying to make $1 million.
Yeah.
So thank you all for what you do and sharing your stories about the internal and external skills and strategies you're navigating to bring these products to life. Thank you, Bill Cummings. He's the man behind the curtain. He's been integral to this whole process. And thank you all for being here tonight.
Thank you.